Hello, I'm Mike and welcome to the channel. This is all going to be about the growing, developing, building of our Wellbeing Centre, and you're invited to join us on this journey. So at the moment we have nothing, we haven't got a building, there isn't anything going on. I've got a Facebook page, that's it. So click and subscribe, hit the notification button and follow us on the journey. I'm going to be posting all the good stuff until the doors open. We're going to be running retreats in the UK, running retreats abroad. You'll have a look around that. And also it's fantastic because I'm going to be posting all the things that didn't quite go right, things I wish I'd done, what I've learned along the way, as well as all the good stuff. So if you're thinking of a business, there is no perfect time. You have to just go for it. What is it you're good at? What you want to do? Join me on the journey and find out. Much love, Mike. Hello and welcome to Wellbeing Wednesday. So last week I talked a bit about the team that's needed, and it's really important to know what you're not very good at, so you can find the right people to help you. And I'm very, very lucky because I found a brilliant accountant, and her name's Helen, and she's a bit of a... So I'd like to introduce you to Helen, and for those of you worried, we are socially distancing. We're nowhere near each other, but we will find a way to have a chat. And so this is Helen, and Helen, tell me a bit about your company.
Hi, well, my company is DERWEN Accountancy. We set up on the 1st of January this year. Do you want me to explain where the name comes from?
Yes, please tell us the name.
DERWEN is Welsh for oak, and I believe that the financial information in the company is the roots of that business, and everyone's got to have strong foundations to build a big business. So we're here to help you grow. Brilliant,
fantastic. So obviously I'm a brand new venture, brand new starting off, and this is one of my weak points, and you can definitely help guide me through and all that sort of stuff.
Oh, absolutely. I love working with startups. I love working with people who are passionate about their business, hearing where they want to be and me assisting them to get there.
Oh, fantastic. I tell you what, I will put in the comments, if I can work out how to do that, your website address. But do you want to just tell people how to contact you, email and website, just in case?
The website's www.derwenaccountancy.co.uk, and my email is helen@derwenaccountancy.co.uk.
And how, for those not familiar with Welsh, how do you spell Derwen?
DERWEN.
Brilliant. Okay, fantastic. Well, we're now going to talk about some stuff which may or may not be of interest to you, and Helen's going to tell me how to find lots of fantastic free money. Take it easy. Ta-da. Cheers. So in this week I'm going to be talking about teams, and I've just introduced it to Helen, or rather she did a fantastic job of introducing herself. And the theme is about teams, and why are teams important? Well, I've in the past with another business I had, I tried to save as much money as possible and do my own bookkeeping and so on, and literally had an accountant sort stuff out at the end of the year. And it took time, it took effort, it was quite annoying because it's not my sort of thing. And what I've learned is that we have to look at what we do, what we have a passion for, the sort of thing that we want to do, and then the areas that we're not so competent in, and have the best person to do that. So it's not necessarily the cheapest person, it's the best person. And the whole thing about a team is there's more than just, if you're in business, you need an accountant or all the others, marketing or whatever it is. You have to have a relationship with people. And the thing about working with someone like Helen is, even though clearly she's qualified, she's very good, she gives help, advice, tips, and so that saves me money, it saves me time, it saves me effort, and it allows me to put time into the development of things, or looking at the planning and the other stuff that I need to do. And so when you were looking to do something, I recommend that you have a good team. So who's in your team? So in my amazing, wonderful intro, that lovely music was written by my daughter. And she's third year music, doing a music degree. And so she's in my team. She helps me with some of this stuff. She explained how to do some of this Facebook stuff, and so until I got proper social media person on board, then this is me learning as I go through, and being able to focus on the vision that I have for the Wellbeing Centre, the vision I have for helping people, and helping people have a happier, more fruitful and fulfilling lives. So what has happened since last week? Well, it's been brilliant. I run a free Zoom meeting every Thursday, 7:30 to 8:30. That was absolutely brilliant. I've got some closed groups. I've got some people coming along to that. As you've seen, I've just today, it was actually yesterday. You can tell by the weather it's not today. It was yesterday, and I spent that time with Helen, and she explained to me about all the online invoicing and stuff, and that saves me a lot of time as well. It's stuff I haven't thought of, and so the brilliant thing is, have the right person in your team. So you find somebody that you resonate with, and a big part of what I do is I talk to people about who they have in their life, who they bring into their life, who you resonate with. That chemistry, you just get on with some people, you just talk to some people and think, oh yeah, you see things from my point of view, or you understand, you hear what I'm saying what I'm talking about. So whatever it is, it's important that they're not just technically good at their stuff, but you have that interaction, because if you're planning to do something long term, then surely it makes sense that it's going to develop, and maybe develop into a friendship, maybe, so more than just, this is the guy that does this is the person that does that, this is the person that does that. So wouldn't it be great, because if you find someone that you can talk to and be relaxed with, and say, this is what I want to achieve, how do I do that, and then they get help and support. So I've also been online, and I've been interacting with some people in the Canaries who've got, and I've been going out to there. I'm not sure exactly when, because of all the legislation and restrictions about lockdown, and when we come back, and quarantining is changing. So I'm going to just ease off on that and keep everything online at the moment. Now, for those of you that's very astute would have noticed that the rest of this is inside, and here is the reason for that. And so last week I talked about how things are not perfect, and you go with what you've got. So I went with what I had, and it started to rain. So I just needed to slightly change location. But just listen to that rain for a moment. How calming is that? There's something about the rain, something about being near trees and bushes and the greenery, and when it's raining, it's almost like every breath is a fresh one. It's just breathing in the fresh air, and it's just something wonderful about it, something revitalizing. So it's very peaceful, that the rain, the sound of the rain on the leaves, and I just love that sound. But let's get back to teams. I'm quite fortunate, and I'm trying to help you as well, that having made mistakes over the years, one of the mistakes that I absolutely won't make again is trying to do everything myself. So think about what you need. So I asked, so just go through this challenge. Make a list, get an A4 pad, just put a line down the middle, and on one side write down who's in your team. So who's in your team? I think after the appearance of I just love that sound. I just love the sound of rain on leaves in the woods. So I'm very fortunate to live where I do. So I just thought a bit of that rain sound of it might just help people just take a little breath and just sort of calm down a bit. So hopefully that's helped you in some way. It certainly helped me. Now, last week I talked about don't wait for everything to be perfect. Don't wait for everything to be perfect. Go with what you've got, and you've enough, and just make sure that what you're setting up is enough to get going. And so there are people out there I know that would want everything absolutely spot on before they decide they're going to do anything, and that's your personality. You go with that. I'm not saying go against your personality, but what I am saying is, how many of you out there have got something you would love to do but are over preparing? You're looking at too many micro details and missing out the big picture. And the reason to do something is actually almost more important than the thing that you want to do. So why would you do that? Why would you want to do the thing that you're doing? So what's the end goal, end result? What's the purpose of this vehicle? Is this vehicle going to take you? How's it, who's going to drive? Who's on the GPS? So there's all sorts of things. So my challenge is, get a pad, put a line down the middle, and on one side, put your skills, put the things that you're good at, the things that you want to do, the things that you can do, you would enjoy doing and are quite comfortable doing and are competent in doing. Put a line down the other side and write down the things that you're not so competent in doing, that, or maybe it's you're okay there, but you just don't want to do that element anymore. And with me, it's accounting. So I went to see somebody, you met her earlier, Helen, and she's brilliant, and she's taken that worry away from me. Yes, of course there's going to be a fee, but this is going to be a business, and it's going to help people, and money's going to come in and money's going to go out, and money never sleeps, is it? It's always coming and going. So yeah, I'd rather have a better life, enjoy this journey, and then make a few extra quid because I'm scrimping the saving and not getting the help that I need. And so what help do you need? Who do you need in your team? And remember the team. The team is really, really important. And remember, it's not just the professional services you require. It's who's supporting you, what friends or family are supporting you, who's your cheerleaders, who's saying, look, I believe in you, I think you can do this, And I've got a cat who's a great supporter of bringing some humour into my life. And there's plenty of humour in my life, but just at some crucial moments sometimes. So, would you put your pet down as somebody in your team? I think it would be a good idea, actually, because we need that humour. Sometimes they give us comfort and loyalty and support, and so whatever it is. So try and think outside the box, and the cat's probably in the box, isn't it? But try and think outside the box, and try and think, okay, so this is my idea, this is what I want to do, this is how I'm going to move forward, and then think, right, what do I need to learn? Who can I go to help me? And that's the starting point. And as things grow and develop, build that in. Speak to people. Maybe you need a coach. If you haven't put together a business before, and you will definitely benefit from someone like me, because what I'm a specialist in is people and helping people to get the most out of their life. And so it's not just snowed under, so it's just bringing a balance in. And so, if you want a new business, because it's whatever it's going to give you, whether it's material items or whether it's a really nice work balance, being able to be a full-time parent, or and working the other time. So if you've got a lifestyle business, or if you've got a career, are you a career business person? So it doesn't really matter, but what does matter is you enjoy life. And so that's the good news. The good news is whatever you decide to do, just enjoy life, and you can do that. And so how do you do that? You do that by not working every little moment that you spend. You have to take care of yourself. You have to take care of yourself. You have to take time out for yourself. And if you can't take time out for yourself, to be honest, you're rubbish at managing your time, because if you are not there and everything relies on you, that business is going to collapse. And who would suffer? The people you love and care about, your family, your friends, is it investors? So you have to invest in yourself. So whatever your business is, if it was some gizmo machine or whatever it is, come along and you think, I'm going to have that because that's going to make things easier or more profitable or whatever the term is, you'd see that as an investment. You have to see yourself as an investment, and you have to look after yourself. And I hope that you do this. I hope that you get your diary out and schedule in and think, and you might be screaming at the screen now thinking, Mike, you don't understand. My life's a nightmare. I've got people coming back off furlough. I've got, the tap's been turned off and I haven't got the revenue, or I'm starting this business and I've got to put all the hours in and stuff like this. And then, yes, of course you have. Of course there are times when you feel like you're running 100 miles an hour. Of course, I'm not denying that. But what I'm saying is that is not sustainable. So whatever you do, enjoy it. Have a team. Bring people on board. And the trick is that just as you get to a point where, you can't quite go up, that is a little bit too late to be taking that person on. So see that as a red flag and think, right, if this carries on, I'm glad business is going well, but if this carries on, is the service that I offer going to suffer? And nobody wants that. So bring somebody on board to lighten the load, teach them your way. And I'll go through the whole vid on this another time. But just for the moment, it's been very exciting and wonderful. I've obviously had a wardrobe change because it was blistering hot when I was speaking to Helen, and then I tried to carry on in the afternoon, and the sun was so bright I was squinting like Clint Eastwood on a mad day, and then so I thought I'd wait for it to cool down. And then it started raining. So here I am finishing in. Nothing is perfect. Nothing is smooth. I live in the real world. And I realise not everything's going to be perfect. Stuff is going to happen. But just do the best you can. And remember, the reason you're doing stuff is more important than the stuff you're doing. So whatever you're doing, do it with love. Enjoy it. Enjoy the journey, because life is just a journey. So, I'm Mike, and I'll see you next week. Take it easy. Ta-da.